Hello everyone, my name is Avery, but this is my channel, so I'm called Zephyr, and welcome back to another episode of this Dark Souls thing. I just hit the thing on my volume that makes it go up really high. It's like the wheel, and I almost blew my ears out, which would mean we would not have episode 14 today. Today I'm slapping me arse, and we're going into this graveyard. It's the Catacombs, yeah, I remember now. In the last episode, I talked about how I was going to be changing up the video format, and I'm going to go into detail on that a little bit today. What I meant was, instead of having the crazy, that skeleton's trying to parry me, rest in peace, pieces, that basically, instead of that huge 30 to 40 minute long videos that I had done for, say, Anno and, what's it called? It's the Dark Reality. I call it that, I think, in the video. It's the Abyss, where we fought Manus. Instead of that, we will be going toward more 15 minutes, more kind of, not streamlined. I don't know what streamlined really means, to be honest. I'll look it up later. But kind of shorter, you know, try to keep people's interest longer than the usual, as you can see. And I'll also probably, with the next game that I decide to play through, get rid of the intro, which is a really good thing because I've been thinking of doing Hotline Miami, which is a really fun game, and I think that it'll be pretty perfect because there's a very good intro on Hotline Miami called The House, and it's pretty brilliant because it doesn't have to be, you know, like a video episode. That sort of thing. It's a shame though. I really like these intros, and I've already got one. I already have one prepared because I've already just went ahead and done all of the videos. They're not all commentated, but they're getting there. This is one down from a million. As you can see, well, let's actually talk about the gameplay a little bit. I've changed my clothes again. I am using a katana, which is called the washing pole, and it's a pretty big katana. I like it. Huge reach. It's pretty much the Uchigatana, except it's a little bit, it has a little less durability, and it's got a huge reach, and I forgot to flip the switch like an idiot. But personally, between all of them, it is a, Uchi is Dex, and the washing pole, the one I'm using now, is Dex and Strength, or yeah, C&D, Dex and Strength, which means it's basically a quality build weapon, which is fantastic because that's this build. So I get the most damage out of this one. Then I would say Ayato, or however you say it, Iaito. I can't speak katana, don't you understand? Anyway, we have some Black Phantoms too, good old personal man me dismay. And we're going to kill them using cheap tactics. Because I'll tell you, Grave-Lorded Phantoms aren't that fun to fight at all. Well, they are. They're interesting, especially after you've went through the game 7 times trying to, you know, get to this point and do commentary after this. It's very fun to just see this. For example, you know, these enemies that can kill you in 1 to 2 hits. It's pretty fantastic. But I think with those guys, we have successfully entered the Catacombs, and the Catacombs, they're fairly short, and the game pretty much says, hey, don't go here, but I'm pretty certain if you were outright determined enough, you could do it, and you could beat the boss that is here, because otherwise he isn't really much of a challenge now, is he, for people who know. But there's a really good shortcut that we can take right here, which will skip the entirety of this dungeon and Patches, but no one likes Patches, so who cares? Wait, have we met Patches? I can't remember. I don't think we have. But instead of going down all the way, we're going to go into this because it leads us to this Titanite demon, who will give us Demon Titanite if we hadn't pretty much done everything already. And we're going to go into this casket, and we're going to snuggle in here and talk about other things. There was something I was really wanting to talk to, but I can't remember what it was. And it was like, I don't remember. No, I don't. Oh, screensaver. Here, hey there. But like it was. No, can't remember. Can't remember at all. I think a cutscene's coming up. We'll figure it out then, huh? Oh, I think it was like. So streamlined means using like work tactics that are usually simplified or faster in order to like accomplish a task easier. Essentially, it's accomplishing the same task but easier. But the guy in this huge coffin right here is the guy we're going to kill in the next episode, Gravelord Nito. We got a pretty cool sword from him, and we're going to get some Eyes of Death to get a pretty cool spell from him. Given, I think a lot of the stuff he has is really cool, but not that useful, no. Actually, his sword can be really cool. It has Toxic, which if you are a PvPer, could be like, oh man, I'm poisoned. But yeah, we're going to offer a ton of stuff to this poor dude until we have our cool stuff. Because we got the Gravesword Dance, but if we get it again, we get the Gravelord Greatsword Dance as I've done, because I had a ton of Eyes of Death because I farmed, it's the gecko guys, right? There it is, right there. I highlighted it. It's like the geckos that can stone you. I got stoned by one on my first playthrough. I was very upset. And then we hop into the casket again, now knowing that a skeleton will go and, like, you know, capture us and put us back there. You've already seen this. I'm not muting my mic again to talk over this. I'm sorry. We've already seen this. I'm very yawny today, though, so if you hear I'm very apologetic for it. Camtasia, the way it works, that's the editing software, if I haven't told you a million times already, that I use. It's really weird to kind of, like, get audio to go downhill, if you get my drift, yo. It's kind of like place a bunch of points, because you gotta make it so it goes low. You need a hill to the valley, or no, a valley to the hill. You dig? And it's very complicated as we go to the next bonfire, the last bonfire that we were at. And skeletons, I don't know why I brought Katana into this episode, because skeletons, last time I checked, are very resistant to, like, slash. They're kind of bones, you know. You can't really cut through anything if there's nothing there to cut through. But I guess I didn't really give a crap as oh yeah, I'm buffing to, you know, kill these guys, and they don't do that much damage. And I'm forgetting my words. What am I trying to say here? Someone help me. Like, someone. But, oh yeah, we were talking about that, and it might be just like slash. The slash damage doesn't exist. I think slash damage exists in this game. But for some reason there's also a normal, even though on swords it's normal, which apparently is like a combination between the two. So apparently it's not slash, but it's also that. It's also crush. And Order of Ecclesia also had a system like that as well. That's such bull. Fall damage is percentage based, so I have no clue how I died there. And we made it for real this time. So, there's not a lot we can do about that, though. And Order of Ecclesia is another game I want to do. And I've been thinking about doing Aria of Sorrow hard mode 100%, because I've never beat Aria of Sorrow on hard mode, because last time I did I was like, it's too hard! Because you get to, like, the castle center, and there's a bunch of those weird nerdy dudes who, like, they're like, oh, yeah! And you just get poisoned, because they're horrible. And that guy has killed me. Wait, no he hasn't. This is the first time I did it. I don't know why I'm smoking, but this room is horrible. We'll never talk about it again, okay? Okay. But now it's time to fight the boss because we're almost done with this video. And here we go with the evil, evil pinwheel boss fight. He is the hardest boss fight in the game. Oh Jesus, he just tanks it like a pro. Oh my god. This guy is an asshole. No, he isn't. He is not an asshole at all. He's very, very an asshole. But essentially, he is kind of like probably one of the easiest bosses in the game. But because this is the playthrough, I probably really botched up this fight. No, we killed him. We killed him. That's good. But he's a very... You can't really, you know, go wrong with that boss fight because it's simply too easy. But we got the Rite of Kindling, and we got the Giant Dad mask, which means we can be a pro. See? If we can find it. I have too many things. I never go into the mask, but now we can... Well, what is it? All over the place, and where was I? We're running out of time. I can't afford to do this much more, you know? But there's humanity, which means we're stalling a little more. But basically, what we're looking for... What was I... Whatever, I'll find it later, okay? I'll find it later and, like, post in the comments, because I think I was on a blank streak or something. But now it's time to take our first baby steps into the Tomb of the Giants. Arguably one of the strangest and probably dumbest areas in the game because it's dark and you have to wear this stupid hat on your head. Or get a skull lantern. Skull lantern really works too. And here's more of these guys, the giant skeletons, and that's... Well, as you can see, I have no intent of boogieing with these dance men, you see. We're just gonna speedrun our way through. Or try to, it looks like. And there's Patches, so apparently we didn't ditch him. Well, who cares? But that's the end of the video. See you guys later. Bye.